Okay, we should be live.
Pool party.
Hello, everyone. Allie said, "Oh, I've been
turn it up."
Hi, Sierra. We cannot wait to see your face very shortly. You better, Sierra, when you get on the stream, you better be shoving a chocolate chip muffin in your face.
Because that's this feels like an inside joke that I.
Oh no, that's just what she's doing right now. Is making chocolate chip muffins, and she was like, "Late because I'm making chocolate chip muffins."
I love that.
I'm like, okay, I want to.
Oh yes, I see that. I see that.
Hello everyone. How are y'all doing? It's the last day of Summer Splash. Feeling bittersweet. How about y'all?
I'm feeling bittersweet. I'm exhausted from this month because I feel like I've been doing so much just as a creator, but like I'm also sad because I'm like, how am I gonna know what to read now? Like, what do I do? And I'm hoping that like this community keeps going too, because like it's just been so fun seeing what other people are reading and being like, oh my god, we're connected halfway across the world through Sally's Summer Splash.
Yeah, you have really been doing the most too, Alex. You have made like the coolest, longest, most intense Summer Splash vlogs, and I've been living for them.
They're incredible.
Thank you.
I know. Highlight of my week.
Yeah, I feel like I need to catch up with the last one and to see what the week was like.
I know. I'm like, I like having prompts because then it takes my brain is fried, but it takes the decision making out of reading. I'm just like, well, I have to read something with yellow on the cover. I only have 3 books that have that or whatever, and so it makes it so much easier. And now,
but me and Sally were chatting about like doing this thing that Kyla on Lala and Books did, where you like put all the titles of books that you have in a jar, and you like pick out 1 or 2 or whatever, and like you have to read them that month or you have to donate them. And I feel like that's a good way to like pressure yourself to read the books you have.
That is so
before like, you know, consumerism.
I mean, this is like, oh, I'm going the other way. I'm still not used to like the mirror. I have like some books there. That's only like a small selection. I'm such an awful mood reader, but I'll go like, I did an entire dedicated like TBR. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna read these. Did I deviate on like day 3? Yes. I think to pick a book out of like a stick. It was like, you have to read this or donate this. I would just be like, none. It just has to sit there pretty.
I would feel stressed out. I would feel like pressured, like for school. Reading for school felt like that. I was like, no,
true. I like the pressure.
I do too. I'm like, I work well under pressure,
where I can like do it with other people. But if I'm alone, I'm just gonna feel pressured by myself.
No, we're gonna do it together, I think.
Yeah, like me and Sally said we would do it together, and anyone in this chat / extended, like you can join us. I think it'll just be like a fun thing to do and like talk about. And I also think like I have so many books that I've had for like 2-3 years, and I want to read them, but I keep putting it off. And this is kind of like, okay, make the decision. Like, are you gonna read this, or are you just gonna give this to someone that actually wants to read it?
Yeah, I fully have books on my shelf that have been there since like middle school, early high school, like 10. We're pushing 10 years.
And it's fun. Like I did a book buying ban last year and I read most of the books I own. So it's like nice to be able to look at my shelf and be like, yes, I have read these.
Me looking at my shelves knowing I have not read.
This is too real. Alex and I were literally talking about this the other day, Mel, and I looked at my classic shelf and I was like,
if I pick up War and Peace or Infinite Jest, no, I didn't.
No, literally, if you pull that out of the jar, the challenge ends. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I absolutely not. I have War and Peace on my bookshelf because it is an heirloom in my family. I never, ever intend to read that book. Never will I read it. I have it to carry on whatever sentimental value that it,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. I read Anna Karenina. I'm good.
But there you go. You've read Anna Karenina. For me, it's like a goal. This year I have to. I probably won't, but I have to.
I mean, I feel like you could read a Spark Notes, get the gist, and you'd have a great time.
Me in class being like, oh, I have an exam and I haven't finished this.
Exactly. Well, I've lived my whole life without being spoiled by Anna Karenina until like 2 months ago.
Was it me?
And no, it was Punk 57. The book Punk 57 spoiled Anna Karenina for me, and now I hate that book.
I literally I posted about reading Anna Karenina because I did it for a Gilmore Girls reading vlog, and I posted a clip from Gilmore Girls in that video in which
because Dean spoils the ending.
Yeah, and I had that clip in there, but in my mind I was like, that book is from like 18 what the fuck ever. Like I can't actually spoil this book.
Yeah.
There were a couple people who were mad.
I felt personally, upset, super upset.
I was like, I'm sorry. Like
somebody being like, real reason Dean is
and Juliet. I was like, the real reason Dean is what?
The least favorite.
Yeah, no, that's valid. That's valid.
And I also can't get over the actor for Jess. I always forget his name. Him being like, Dean is my fave Rory boyfriend. I'm like, but you're wrong.
No, I choose to believe that's just a PR thing. I'm like,
PR would be picking Jess.
Am I going to be really rogue if I say I'm a Logan girl here?
Okay, Logan, I appreciate Logan. He's definitely not real, but I appreciate him.
Yeah, valid. To be honest, they all suck as boyfriends and partners.
They are
but sorry, Allie. Sorry, Allie. Allie is a Dean girl, and Allie and I.
What? Allie's who's David?
Who's David?
Allie's like David.
Oh, Dave Rakowski. Dave Rakowski.
Oh,
true.
Melted my heart. They were so cute.
So true. Dave Rakowski is such an icon. When he left to do the OC, like that was truly. Read the entire Bible in one night, then we'll talk. Allie and I are in a blood feud about our Gilmore Girls opinions because they're all opposite to each other.
Uh-oh.
I'm here for this Gilmore Girls tea. This song.
Everyone is, oh my god. Team Rory should not date one and go to therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Probably true.
And you know,
Rory definitely has a lot of daddy problems.
That's for real. That is for real. Yeah. I didn't have like Gilmore Girls tea spilling on the schedule for today, but honestly, it makes its way into my life when I least expect
Something
it.
that I recently learned was that Jess originally left to go find his dad because that was supposed to be the pilot episode of an entire Jess series, which I'm like, that plot doesn't make sense, but we did deserve a Jess series.
Yes, like also that episode is so bad. Like it's such a horrible episode of Gilmore Girls.
It's so irrelevant.
It's so stupid, but I do want to see Jess always forever.
Oh my god. Wait, can you tag that comment about yeah. I did not know that. Fun fact.
That's crazy.
That's cool though. Like, did she already marry him before they wrote the character? Like, did they write in the character?
I didn't even know it was based off a real person. Like, I had no idea.
Another funny thing is that Lane was like 15 years. I think the actress is like 10 or 15 years older than Alec. What's her name? Alexis
Liddell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I had no idea. I was like, I thought they were both babies.
Yeah, she was like closer to Lauren Graham's age than she was to Alexis Bledell's age when making that show, which is
Allie being like team therapy.
Team therapy, so true.
We all support team therapy. We can agree on that at least.
Oh my God, there's a Gilmore Girls podcast in here.
Everyone check that out.
That's crazy. Women of questionable morals, an iconic episode, an iconic title. Love. Yeah, Allie gets creeped out sometimes because we talk about Gilmore Girls, and I'll be like, "Oh, so you're watching season 3, episode 7, and cuter than Pushkin or whatever?" And she's like, "What the fuck?" Why? I'm like, no, this shit's in my DNA. Like, I'm wearing a shirt Rory wears in Gilmore Girls right now.
Oh my God, is that the reading is sexy with the like?
Sure
Yeah.
is.
Oh my God.
It sure is.
I have to admit, I'm only in season 3, I think.
Oh my gosh, not
Because I'm watching it with my mom and we take our time. We've been watching it for 3 years. Like one season every year.
You're like watching it as if it's coming out.
Yeah. That's a week.
Exactly. I'll be done in like 10 years. I'll let you
Oh
know.
my God.
I
I
can't wait.
remember when The Year in a Life came out, and I was like, okay, they failed Rory as a character. She was so cute and so smart, and then they made her like randomly boy crazy and cheat with a married man, and then she drops out of school, and then Jess comes back and is like, what's going on? And then they just keep failing her until the end. And then the way they ended it was so dumb too, because they wanted to end it like the way The Year in a Life ended, and I was like,
Not Alex spoiling all of Gilmore Girls right now.
it's been out for like 30 years. I also didn't say what happened.
Alex like, fuck.
I'm like, oh, I'm only in season 3, and Alex just proceeds to just drop the whole plot line.
No, y'all stop putting spoilers in the comments. Stop.
Sorry.
Deleting this. How do I delete that? I've been trying to protect Allie from spoilers. my literal life's mission is to get Allie through Gilmore Girls. Like, this is how Allie and I became friends. I can't believe this just happened. No, Alex is going in timeout.
Sorry.
It's okay. It truly has been out for like
30 years.
30 years. I'm dead. I'm dead.
Allie agrees on the timeout. Sorry, I'm embarrassed.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It happens. It happens. I mean, I got in trouble for spoiling Anna Karenina, so I understand.
That's been out for like 200 years.
Yeah, like a long ass time. Yes, I love Gilmore Guys. The podcast is so cute. They're so funny. I'm truly like, I'm in the weeds with that fandom. I love Gilmore Girls. But yeah. Okay, well, I was gonna say maybe we should I do have some trivia. I prepped some trivia questions for y'all to compete if you're down.
I don't know anything, but I'm also competitive. So
that's okay. To be honest, I think I knew one of the answers.
Oh.
So good luck. But I'll keep score, and what I'll do is, since like it's a stream and it's hard to like buzz in or whatever, I'll just have everybody give me their answer. And if you can more than one person can get points. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see who's like the reigning champ of Summer Splash. Like just nothing related to the Readathon. So not that being so loud. I also live for Triv. That's an iconic phrase.
We used to have a trivia night at my uni, like at the college pub, and it was like every Wednesday night, and like there was like a drag bar that was like in the city, so they would have like different queens come in to run the trivia, and it was so fun, and they would have like different themes. So like Valentine's Day, it was like all about love, so like the games were like the prizes that you would win in the end were like stuff from stag shops. It was so funny.
I'm obsessed with that. I do trivia all the time with a bunch of my friends. I like force people from different circles that I'm in to come together for trivia, because like there will be like one in each group of my friends that will do it, and so I'm like new group, and it's my trivia team, and I forced them around town, and they're like, can I rest for 1 week? I'm like, no. So.
Oh, I didn't go to college in the UK. I went to somewhere in Canada. We just say uni here too.
Truly, uni, something weirds me out about the phrase
Is
uni.
uni not an American thing? Do Americans not say that?
No, we said college.
Oh, because like, yeah, okay, that's weird. Because like we have uni and then we have colleges within the uni. College is something different in Canada. College is like trade school.
I see. Not
College.
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 I think this is
Yeah,
just an
we
issue of
say-
Americans being
What'd you say,
different.
Mari? What'd you say?
I think this is just an issue of Americans choosing to name something different than everywhere else in the world. Because in Chile we also say uni.
It's the same thing. I mean, we truly all are like
Uni
Sierra.
is universal.
She's moving towards the right side.
America is not like other girls. Like, I hate to say it, but America is
In the
not-
worst way.
in the worst way. But yeah, we would say like going to college, but a lot of colleges are called universities, but college is just like the post high school education is college, and then if we have schools within a college like you're talking about, Alex, it'll be like it's usually called the school, like or like
because like I was in uni and then I was in the College of Biology, and now I'm like, yeah, my master's. I don't even say uni now.
we need to bully Americans more, and that's joking. It doesn't need to be a joke. It needs to be an actual real life fact. So Mel says, I mean, full length university is occasionally uttered, and this is true. The school in my town is University of South Carolina, but people aren't like popping.
I always found that confusing because I think this was actually when I was watching Gilmore Girls, and she's talking about going to college. I'm like, but she's going to Yale. That's a uni.
No. College. I'm like, college.
Sierra, you're Canadian now.
Sierra is Canadian.
Like you're living the full like West Coast, Best Coast Canadian vibes.
Yes, literally. Okay. Are y'all ready for this trivia?
As ready as y'all ever be.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we've got some questions about like just literature, questions about publishing, questions about nope, that's it. Literature and publishing. It's all books. Books. Thank you. Good Lord. So just some fun little info that I did not know until looking it up today. And then I tried like some of it's very like questions that are based off of like classics, because when you type in literature trivia to Google, that's what it gives you. But I tried to throw in some modern stuff in there too.
Sorry, just Sierra's comment. Let's go for a rip. Yeah, man, let's go for a rip.
What does that mean?
It's just a very I feel like, yeah, bud. Like that's just a very Canadian thing. Like if you're going for like a boat ride, I think is like the West Coast term for rip. You could say that for like a car ride. You could say that for a bong rip.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I hear rip, I think of that is what I think of.
Imagine one of the questions is how does I look
Well, it is now.
Sally's gonna get canceled.
That's literally I remember reading that comment on my channel and being like, is this it? Like, because somebody was like, I managed to go 35 years without getting this spoiled, and now you spoil it within 30. And I'm like, that is not.
You should have read it 35 years ago.
Yeah, like you should have read it when you were an infant. I don't know what to tell you.
I would have been that person, but luckily you didn't spoil it for me. So
I think I commented back that wasn't me, that was Dean. I was like, no, this is not my fault.
Wait, The comment to say to go for a rip when you mean bong rip would get you kicked out of the sesh. LMAO. Yeah, my friends say dirty buckets.
What is dirty buckets?
Okay, let's go. Let's move on to trivia.
I'm like, I know I've heard of dirty dangles, but not dirty buckets.
It's funny how like language, like colloquial language is so different in different parts of the world. Like French people will reverse words like meuf instead of femme for like woman. It's just the word backwards. That's just colloquial.
I'm shook at that. Okay, are y'all ready? Question 1 of trivia. Besides the Bible, what is the most translated book of all time?
Harry Potter.
Okay, Alex is going for Harry Potter. Do y'all want me? I was gonna give you multiple choice,
Oh,
but Alex.
You went straight for it. I love that
I'm
energy.
competitive. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Do you want me to give y'all multiple choice?
Yeah,
options?
give it to us.
Okay.
Harry Potter's not even an option. Watch.
Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, Harry Potter, the entire series, The Little Prince, or Don Quixote.
Ali says the Bible too. I think she's right.
You like to Google
I was
I'm
gonna
going
say
with Harry
Reading.
Potter.
I was gonna say the Quran, but I think it wasn't on the choices.
Two Bibles right.
Okay. A lot of people are saying Harry Potter.
Hmm.
Some people are saying Don Quixote.
I just know that it's the most sold after the Bible or something like that.
I say Little Prince. I'll take the fall for that one.
I'm thinking Harry Potter as well.
All right. Well, shockingly enough, Mari goes with the point on that one. It's The Little Prince, translated into over 380 languages.
I have it in 2 languages.
Well, you are a part of the way
no, I
that.
have it in 3 because my mom has a Romanian copy.
Oh my goodness, that's like almost 1%. So I was surprised by that one. I really love that book, and I had no idea.
Me, there are over 380 languages. It's me.
But the Bible one was like a 1200 or something, and I was like,
Is that including dead languages?
I think so. And somebody said the Quran, and that I don't know, because that's not what popped up on the internet, but what is true on the internet? Hardly anything. So
Yeah, that's what I thought. After the Bible, I thought I would have
Yeah,
seen
There
not
are
that.
over 7,000 languages.
holy
LOL. Well, I did not know.
that's crazy. Okay. Yeah, The Little Prince is translated in over 380 languages, which is pretty crazy. I did not realize the fandom for Little Prince ran that deep and that wide. But I love it. Okay, next question. Besides the Bible. No. Oh wait, the Bible's not a novel. I rephrased this one so I wouldn't forget. What is the best-selling novel of all time? You have the same multiple choice options as before. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Don Quixote, or The Little Prince.
I'm going to go with HP again because I read that fact 5 years ago, so I assume it's right.
Yeah.
Mari's going for HP too this time.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Ali, the Bible's totes an anthology. You're not wrong. It is a bunch of novels. Like, it's books put together.
Y'all think that everybody thinks it's Harry Potter. A couple people say Alice in Wonderland. Well, Google says you're all wrong, because Google says it's Don Quixote.
Wait, what did I spoil, Ali? I don't either.
I was confused by that.
I could have chosen that one, but honestly, I hated it. So I've just deleted it from my memory reading
You
the
said doesn't deserve the hype. Don Quixote.
What does it?
No.
I love the comment in all capitals that's like philosopher's stone. Yes.
The only person I know that read Don Quixote is Noelle Gallagher because she read it for school.
And
I don't know her.
I'm really glad she liked it because we usually here in Chile, we read it for school and we don't like it.
Really?
It's like in Spanish, and we're like, nope. Well, I don't like it. I'm not gonna talk for every like Spanish speaking
It's
person,
long.
but me.
But yeah, so I was surprised by that. Everybody's telling me that it's actually Harry Potter, but Google said it's not. So I don't know who to trust. But it has been around for much longer than the other options. So to me, it makes sense that it would sort of balance out. I think the thing is that people hear all the statistics about J.K. Rowling being like the most, like the wealthiest author ever to exist, and they conflate
She is
that.
the wealthiest, yeah.
Yeah, they conflate that with most. But like that, you know, when you think about Miguel Cervantes being dead for the last years, you know, so yeah, that one. I did not know that. That was an interesting time. Okay. This question is open-ended.
Wishbone. Sorry, continue. The comment about Wishbone.
This question is open-ended, so you don't get multiple choices. You know it or you don't. So what is the name of Jane Austen's final unfinished novel? Don't say it in the chat. They're going to say it in the chat, and then don't look at the chat.
I'm a really bad booktuber who's never read Jane Austen. Like, am I going to be cancelled immediately?
Yep. I read Pride and Prejudice and didn't like it. The movie's better. Sorry.
Controversial.
Isn't Persuasion her last novel? I don't know if it was unfinished. Like, I don't know if her unfinished novel was unpublished. I'm going to go with Persuasion.
Yeah, because with the whole like
Sally, I have no idea, but thanks for the faith.
With the whole like controversy of the Persuasion movie being very Fleabag-esque.
It's because it was her saddest book. Well, people are saying it was like Gen Z-ified because it's her saddest book, and they like really dumb down the language and make it like not reflective of the book at all, which is just kind of like Jane Austen's turning in her grave. And I didn't even like the only book of hers that I read.
So are you all saying Persuasion?
That's my guess.
I don't want to just hang on to Alex's answer, but sure.
Once again, unfortunately, you're all wrong. The only person who gets points is Lisa. Wait, I'm trying to show the comment. It's Sanditon. It's called Sanditon. And I'm pretty sure there's a BBC series that they've recently made called Sanditon.
I wouldn't have even been able to guess that because I've never heard of that before. So
yeah, because it was never
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's Sanditon.
Flop of the name.
Jane Austen entered her flop era and then died. So fair enough. Oh, the adaptation sucks apparently. But yes, Lisa, slay, because points for Lisa. I'm only counting points for the 3 people on the screen because the other ones are coming in too hot. But Lisa, just know that you're tied with Mari for first place right now. We have 1 point on the board. I chose trivia that's too hard. Okay, this one I feel like you'll get. I feel like you'll get this one. Okay. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. The classic movie Easy A, starring Emma Stone, is based off of which classic novel?
I feel so happy I know one.
Can I say the answer?
Yeah.
Oh, the Scarlet Letter?
Yep. I know. I should have asked you all to say it before I said yes. That was dumb. But I know Louise knew it too. Did you know it, Mari?
No. So I'm going to be honest, I didn't know.
Oh my gosh. We're a three-way tie. We're a three-way tie, folks. It's getting stressful. It's getting
Getting spicy.
Yes, this is how I knew Sanditon. It was the name of the spinoff of the Lizzie Bennet Diaries. I love Lizzie Bennet Diaries so much. Yes, everybody saying Scarlet Letter, so true. You got it. You got it. Everybody got it. Easy A is a classic, and I have not read the Scarlet Letter, but I do believe that Easy A is better. I have no proof because, again, I haven't read the book. But I don't believe that anything that Daniel Hawthorne wrote about a woman named Hester Prynne could be as good as the Emma Stone comedy.
I support this hypothesis.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm a scientist.
In there. Yes, yeah.
I agree with that.
Like, it has Stanley Tucci, Lisa Kudrow, and Woodchuck Todd.
I've never seen it, but now that I know Stanley Tucci's in it, I will be watching immediately.
It's so good.
I might watch it after this live stream. Yes. Pray it's on Netflix, please, because I need to watch it immediately.
Oh my gosh, it's truly fantastic. One of my favorite adaptations of a classic into a teen film, which is pretty much my favorite genre of movie ever.
And
10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh,
my fave.
Don't even get me started on Heath Ledger in that movie. It is Joe from You that plays Woodchuck Todd. That's true. And he will always be Woodchuck Todd to me, not Dan from Gossip Girl, not Joe from You, but Woodchuck fucking Todd.
Yeah.
I love Ali's comment.
Yeah, I'm going to get that quote on a shirt.
We don't want it. Get away from me.
Exactly. This, if Pocketful of Sunshine is not sung in the shower by Hester Prynne in The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne, it is just automatically not as good as Easy A.
Cancelled.
So
we're canceling a lot of classics today.
She's the Man is probably my very favorite of that genre. Truly iconic. Okay, next up. For some modern YA, which modern YA novel features a main character who is obsessed with the famous last words of dead people?
Oh, it's Looking for Alaska.
What's the name of the character? That was my.
Alex
was my favorite book as a teenager, which I feel really gives me a lot into my mental health. But I can't remember what any of them are called. Aside from the one that's called Lara, because my boyfriend's sister is called Lara, and she they moved from Turkey to Northern Ireland. So none of them had read this book. None of them had read Looking for Alaska. And obviously the Lara character was very associated with sexual things. And everyone was just coming up to her and just being like, "You're like that character from Looking for Alaska." And she was just like, okay. She was like, I'm me, and I'm just a student in this school. You get that away from me.
So Alex and Louise are both saying Looking for Alaska. Mari, do you have another guess, or are you going with Looking for Alaska?
Yeah, I'll go with him.
All right. All correct. And Louise, to ease your brain, his name is Miles Halter.
Yes.
Thank you. That was going to bug me.
I can't believe I remembered that.
Miles to Go Before I Sleep. The whole Miles pun on the Byron poem. So good. I really love it.
Ellie has 3 points, apparently.
Allie's crushing it. Allie is truly crushing it.
She's winning.
Allie's winning and not even on the stream, and that is such a power move. She said, I may not be on the stream, but you're still going down, and I'm proud of her. Freddie? Who's Freddie?
Planet Freddie said hello, everyone. Hello.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Hello. I was like, is Freddie looking for Alaska character? I was like, I know that it is not, but I didn't see the other comment. Hi, Freddie.
Most iconic quote from Looking for Alaska is, "I'm the motherfucking fox."
I'm a motherfucking fox. Takumi is such an icon. Love him so much. This is like a random fun fact, but I was the quiz bowl captain of my middle school quiz bowl team. And there were a couple times where it was questions about books and I answered before the question was even finished. But there was one that was, this YA novel by John Green features characters Taku. And before I finished Takumi, I slammed that and I said Looking for Alaska. And I got our team to the next round. And all by being a not like other girls, John Green Tumblr bitch.
I once got accused of cheating in a quiz. It was like, I was like 10 and I was a typical kid. Like, I am competitive anyway, so I was not cheating. I'm competitive, but I am honest. And it was like, who wrote the Twilight Saga? And I was upset. Bang! I was like, I know Stephanie Meyer. I was reading them at the time, so I had one like in my backpack. And I was like, I definitely know it's Stephanie Meyer because it's right here. And then like the dude next to me was like, well, that's unfair because you have a copy. So of course you knew who wrote it. And I was like, babe, I'm halfway through Breaking Dawn. I think I knew it before then.
Also, you are cheating because you read?
Yeah, it's like I can't help it that I'm more cultured for reading Twilight.
It's like, I'm just better than you.
Also, this is truly so iconic because when I was in middle school, I was like, oh my God, that is the realest thing I've ever heard. Like, me having never to this day touched my little lips to a cigarette, never once. And I was like, so true. And when I watched the adaptation, like when it came out last year or whatever, and I was like,
I never watched it.
So cringy. You smell.
Oh my God. Cringier was when Augustus Waters said, you put the killing thing in your mouth, but you don't give it the power to kill you. It's like,
it's a metaphor, see. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. No, but not me. I would also die for every John Green book. I really do love them. But there are moments where I look back and I'm like, oh. But I'm also like, but it did hit me hard when I was the age that they're aimed at. So like maybe
I was the target audience.
Yeah, I really was. I want
to reread them as an adult, but I'm terrified because you know one of those things you read in like a very specific moment in time, and it's always going to be like 2014, and I'm like, oh, nearly 10 years later, science. It is not going to hit me as good. That's terrifying.
Ali's comment. Yes.
So we're doing it. So
I don't have a tattoo, so this will be my first, and I'm here for it.
The second half of this stream is just all of us going to different tattoo parlors.
I also just love the in brackets in Comics Hands.
We'd be seeing if it wasn't in Comics Hands.
Well, the Summer Splash font that I used was Tan Nimbus. And every time I had to type in to look it up, I was like, I just hate that it's called that. But yeah. So iconic. I can't wait to see all of your tramp stamps. You have one.
Sarah's saying I already have that tat.
I'm about to get like a temporary henna tattoo of just that and just like walk around Mexico.
Yes.
I love it.
As you should. As you absolutely should.
Yeah.
Okay. So next question. You all got Looking for Alaska, so it is still a 3-way tie, 2-2. On to question number 6. What is the most frequently adapted literary character of all time?
I'm stumped.
Do you want multiple choice answers?
Yes.
Okay. What'd you say?
I said, are you kidding me? I have no idea.
Okay, your multiple choice answers are Hamlet, Sherlock Holmes, Elizabeth Bennet, or Alice from Alice in Wonderland?
I'm gonna say Sherlock.
Yeah.
That's
I'm gonna go
probably
with
only
Sherlock.
because I've watched a ridiculous amount of crime shows.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna
Jesus Christ.
All going with Sherlock.
But yeah, okay.
Peer pressure.
You are all correct. The three-way tie remains intact. It is Sherlock Holmes. Somebody said, are we excluding the Bible again? As far as I know, we're not excluding the Bible. As far as I know, Sherlock Holmes is more frequently adapted than Jesus.
But you can
And-
find
I want that as a tattoo in comics.
characters in every movie.
What'd you say, Mari?
A Jesus character in every movie.
That's true. If we're talking, metaphorically, I'm sure Jesus comes out on top.
Exactly.
But Sherlock, that was actually a Jeopardy final the other day, so that's where I got that one from.
Yeah, because metaphorically, I think also Hamlet could be like a contender for that.
Yeah, John Lennon, when he said the Beatles were more famous than Jesus.
John Lennon was in his flop era.
Natalia is ready for blood. Natalia's like, I want to see you cry.
What was I gonna say? I feel like Hamlet is the kind of character that's like portrayed.
Hunger Games Stars Flash
Oh
Edition.
my god, what is going on?
The girls are fighting, except they're not. The girls need to be fighting. I'm dead.
John Legend's only era was a flop era.
Wait, John Legend or John Lennon?
I said John Lennon because of the Beatles comment.
But Taylor just has a vendetta against John Legend. Taylor's
and that's
just
not incorrect.
Taylor just hates John Legend. The girls are too polite. This is too good. Okay. All right. I'm gonna force you to disagree on the next one because it's open-ended, so you each have to come up with an answer.
Okay.
And you can't no agreeing with whoever.
But what if someone says your answer first?
I don't think they will. I don't think they will.
All right.
Attack Godons.
In the publishing world, what does the term double-decker mean? So this one is going to be like, I don't know if anybody else watches Watcher, like Ryan and Shane, but they do these little trivia things and they just have to get the closest. So whoever I deem is like the closest in their guess.
So a double decker?
A double-decker.
Is that like a deal where it's like two books? Not two books in one, but like someone's submitting like two books?
Okay, like a publishing deal. I see.
Yeah, like a duology or something.
I was gonna say like a book that has 2 volumes, but it's published in one, like Little Women, for example.
Okay.
That's a good answer. I would have just said like a sequel, like a second book.
Okay. This is tough because Louise and Alex are both close. I do think Louise is the closest though, because it's not a duology, but it's 2 books published together for commercial purposes.
Mm.
Is that like a little bit like Cormac McCarthy's publishing 2 this year, right? In like November, but they're like different novels, but they're randomly being published at the same time. I have beef with Cormac McCarthy. I had to study him for my literature, and I am not a fan. But yes,
Same.
beef with McCarthy.
I feel you.
Marlene.
Sorry,
Are you saying they love buses? That's me. But not actually.
I'm dead. So wait, everyone's confused about what I mean. So hold on. let me read it from the actual thing that I read it from instead of trying to say it myself, because
But wouldn't that be like Little Women? Because Little Women is 2 big books. It's Little Women and the Wives or something like that. But it's like now always published as one.
Yeah, because I got one from a charity shop that was an old edition, and I mean, at this point, I can spoil Little Women, right? I'll wait for comments in the chat to come through. Anyone coming for my head?
Did
But
everyone watch the
speaking
Greta
turn.
movie?
the very obvious bit in the end of Little Women that, like, even before reading it, I knew what happened. And I got to the end of my book.
Mel said no.
Okay, I will not. But the thing, y'all know the thing is, right? And it didn't happen. And I was like,
Yeah, it like the first part ends at like the next Christmas, I think.
yeah, I don't
And,
know.
like,
I read it over a year ago, but it definitely
That's
didn't.
my edition too, and I was like, hold on. I watched the movie.
Like Saoirse Ronan stands, Rise Up. We watched that film.
so
Cormac McCarthy is a red flag for men.
the
Yes. If his bookshelf is 2/3 Cormac McCarthy, run.
run.
Or Irvine Welsh or
Did I-
Chuck Palahniuk.
Palahniuk, sorry, Allie, run. I run. But yeah, no. Okay, the definition is a book published in 2 volumes, often for commercial reasons. Publishing books within a series employing the same theme with the same external appearance is usually a good technique to get better sales. For similar reasons, it may be more profitable to split up a thick volume into 2 smaller ones, which is why I was kind of saying Louise, because Little Women's like a bind up.
Yeah,
But a
where
double
it's like
decker
being separated.
A double
So
decker
like how Mockingjay is part 1 and 2 kind of thing.
like
Okay.
yeah, exactly. Like how Harry Potter, Hunger Games, how they like all, or Twilight, all did the split up last movie, like that for a book.
Yeah. Okay. I get it.
So no blood, but I'm gonna go ahead and give that point to Louise.
I feel suspicious.
And Freddie, to answer your question, consumerism.
Yeah, I do feel like it's like just like ripping a book in half. Like those
Yeah.
pictures that make
Like, how do you make more money?
angry.
Also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Capitalism is trash, Lisa.
Capitalism is trash. I don't know how you score the open-ended ones at home. I didn't expect everyone to want to play at home. I'm sorry. Everybody at home gets points for being here on the stream. You all get
Next year we should have a Kahoot.
I wanted to do a Kahoot so badly, but I couldn't figure out how to make it work so that we could all do it and also share the screen, but also me asking. So next time
You have a year to figure it out.
I might be doing one of these sooner than a year from now. I have an idea. I have to talk to people about it. But I can't be saying this and promising shit. But I have an idea. I have a thought in my little.
Spill the tea. I am excited already.
Allie likes to have fun at home. I feel that. Do I leave my house? No.
Never.
We like to have fun at home too. Sally, OMG. No, oh my God, y'all. No, I take it back. I'm not doing it.
Sally, stop saying things on the internet.
I'm scared. I might say more about it at the end.
Ooh.
Incentive to stay on the stream. Oh, okay. Anyway,
Spill the beans.
I know I should have expected everybody to want to do it, and I didn't think about that with the open-ended questions. But I like the open-ended questions where you have to come up with a definition, because I think it's interesting to see what everybody comes up with. You know what I mean? So at home, you all get points for watching, and if you think that you were close, you get a point. Like, I trust you, honor system. Okay, next. This one I thought was interesting. I had no idea. If you know this, I'm going to be so impressed. So what is the correct term for a small ornamental design on a blank page in a book, occurring especially at the beginning or end of a chapter?
A doodly boy.
Love that. It should be. Like, so for example, I'm reading Jane Against the World. So like this kind of thing I think would count, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is the idea.
Doodly boy is my final answer.
I was really hoping I would know because you were like, no one's gonna know, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Marlene said they know it in German.
What do you think it is in German, Marlene?
Money piece, Allie.
Money piece.
I don't know why I'm thinking if I know I don't know it.
A squidge.
Fjord.
Good answers in here. Chapter motifs. Doodly boy is seconded. Doodly boy, Comic Sans, tramp stamp. Division art. There's some good ones.
Marlene, I think you get a point for knowing it in German
You
because
do.
I don't know it in any of the languages I speak.
How do you say it? Buscher Schmuck? Is that how you
Like
say
book
it?
jewelry. Booker Schmuck Alley.
That is so cute. Mari Louise, do either of you have answers? If not, the point will default go to Alex for coming up with a great one.
That's so much pressure. I can't compete.
Oh, a little gem. That's so cute, Erin. I wish it was called a little gem. It sounds so ornamental.
In my heart, it's a little gem. Chapter vibe check. Vibe check.
It's chapter 5 check now. Well, I'm gonna, Alex did just rebrand them. And for that, Alex is gonna get a point. I hate to say it. I don't hate to say it. I'm not like anti-Alex getting points. But it's called
by Sally.
It's called a vignette. Which makes sense.
I knew that.
Makes sense because you think of a vignette as like a small piece or a small scene.
Yeah.
It makes sense that the division would be called that. I thought that was interesting.
That's really cool. I feel
I
educated.
definitely knew that, but like
Summer Splash is an educational experience. What can I say? Okay, I've only got a few more questions for you.
But vignette already means something in literature. What does it mean, Lisa?
Okay, well, it also means this. I don't know what to tell you. The internet said it means this. Y'all are questioning. I did research. I didn't pull this out my ass. I promise.
Even if you did, I would have believed you.
I refuse for vignette to be the answer. It's the answer. The blood feud is actually just me and everyone else. Like, instead of y'all fighting, it's just everybody fighting me because they don't like the answers that are.
Vignette is like a small scene. I wasn't saying the answer was wrong. I just think they should change it.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. I'm with you. It is a small scene. I think it makes sense for it to be like the division of the small scenes is also called that, I guess. Because that's kind of how it feels, but I feel you. But yes. Okay, next up. This one, I just want to hear what you guys come up with. What is the title? If you know it, great. But if you don't, I feel like you can come up with something fun. What is the title of the world's first ever novel?
The Bible.
Wait, I definitely know this one because I had an argument with my sister about this.
Book number 1. Untitled Project.
I don't think it's Beowulf. It's the other one.
Don Quixote.
It's the one that came. Oh, break. Gilgamesh.
So that's an epic.
But isn't the epic Gilgamesh the first? Okay, then Beowulf. I'm going with Beowulf. Harry Potter. Ali's probably right. J.K. Rowling invented literature, apparently.
And then
I'm sure in her mind she did.
I like Untitled 1, Natalia.
Don Quixote was the first novel that had an author.
Which one? What was?
Anonymous. Don Quixote.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Something less epic, Alex. We're looking for something more of a snooze. I like, yeah, I was just gonna say it would have to be untitled final, exclamation point, star.
Yeah, Natalia said that too. They said untitled _1.
Yes.
It's like
Me with
final
my
for real
MP3
this time.
This is a great one. I'm loving these. Actual final draft for real this time. Doodle Boy final, love. Okay. Somebody in the chat said it. Oh, somebody else just said it. It's the Tales of Genji. Genji? So I had no idea about that, but I do really like the idea of it being untitled _1 final _ in all caps final.
Me writing my paper document names.
That's what I was
Yes,
thinking.
Did
Did you ever send by accident like a file with a name that was insane to a professor? Because I did it.
Yes. I
and
have.
it was good.
I did it when I meant to send it to my boyfriend to edit my paper, and I sent it to my prof, and he's like, "Do you want me to edit this? Do you want me to mark this?" I was like, "No, sorry."
No, please no. All right. It's pronounced. Is Freddie telling me that it's pronounced Genshin? Perhaps.
This is the game, right?
Is it a game?
Yeah, I think it's an Impact. Isn't that the game?
I don't know.
Yes, the Twilight multiverse. The mayor invented literature.
Bella Swan was the first protagonist. No, not that it's pronounced that way. You're not annoying. Genshin is a game. Okay, I just don't know anything.
Genshin Impact. Okay, thank you.
I literally just Genshin. Okay, I literally just don't know anything. But anyway.
Oh no, I lost the game too.
This is so rude, and now everybody has to because I saw this.
Yeah. Natalia, you wanted blood, and you have provided it.
Yeah, literally.
Natalia's here to fight.
Natalia, I'm worried that Natalia won't quit until somebody bleeds. Okay. Next question. This one I just thought was fun. A little fun fact about Lord Byron. He kept a prohibited pet at uni with him when he was studying. What kind of animal was that pet?
I have this in my head, and I have absolutely no idea where it came from, but I want to say a peacock. And I don't know where that came from in any shape, form, or direction.
I love that answer, though.
It just feels very Byron, doesn't it? Like a very fun.
It does.
Thing. I don't think he could have kept one, but in my head, I'm believing he did.
I feel like it was a reptile of some sort. 6 illegally imported insurance.
Answers are so great.
I'm also thinking of a rodent, like a hamster.
It was an animal that was prohibited on school grounds.
So most of them.
Depends. I don't know. You can have pets at some.
You know what? Fun story. But I went to the university that had the vet college, and so they had a veterinary hospital. And in my first year of uni, they released a warning thing. They're like, "Hey, just to let you know, there's a python loose on campus. So if you find it," or it was python or an anaconda. And it was so if you find it, just let us know.
Oh,
good times. I think we also had an alligator that tried to escape at some point, but it didn't. All good.
We actually had a similar announcement about the animal that Lord Byron had about his pet. We had at my school, it was, "This is loose on campus, avoid this area."
I'm so grateful to be in Scotland where we just have nothing. There's no alligators.
Well, we
Or,
don't
like,
naturally have alligators here, but that's where the hospital was. So like a lot of animals would go to the hospital there because they did like stuff. I
That
don't
makes
know.
sense. That makes sense. A huge spider named
Mine
Eric.
is Hagrid. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go with like a lizard. Like it was something weird.
Okay. Alex says a lizard. Louise says a peacock. Mari,
Sure,
got a
girl.
guess?
Rodent.
A rodent. Okay. No. To any of them. I don't even know who was closest. It was a bear.
Bitch, sorry, what?
Bear.
I know of Byron. That just sounds like a vibe. Just like, yeah.
Was it a black bear?
I don't know what
I'm
kind
assuming.
of was it a gay man that was a bear? We'll never know.
Was it his boyfriend bear?
Well, like we will never know. But yeah, apparently he had a bear. Don't ask me any further questions. I don't know. All I know is that he had a bear.
Camilla,
Yes.
very Byron of
It
him.
is a fun.
True.
Very Byron of him. So you know what? I'm gonna give Mari a point because rodent usually has
What-
fur.
What in the midsummer?
What did you
Fair.
say, Louise?
Someone goes, what in the midsummer?
Wait, Sally, you had a bear on campus?
Oh yeah,
I'm
I went to school in the mountains in the woods, and so they were like, take a different route to class. There's a bear on the pedestrian
Yeah.
bridge, and we were like, and it was
like
mom and
in the mountainside in Canada, it's always like that. It's like roads will be closed because it's like mama cub and her bear spotted.
that's
like,
what it was.
You'll go hiking and people will be like, we saw a grizzly bear. And I'm like, true, I don't want to be murdered. So
Yeah, I went to a tiny mountain school, and it was just a mom and her cubs, and they were like, we want to learn biology, and our school was like, no. So we all had to take I was just honestly so annoyed because I had to take the longest ass route to class to avoid
like,
them. I was
the
like,
bears.
Yeah.
come on.
That reminds me of the meme. I don't know if this is niche or everyone knows this, but I always see it on Twitter where it's like a fish talking to his fish boss, and it's like, you're late again, and the fish is like, you're not gonna fucking believe what happened to me, and it's like a clip of like Noah parting the sea.
I have seen that.
That's you with a bear.
I have seen that. Also,
The bear's major. I don't know, bare necessities.
I
I'm just sorry.
I love just the like psychology. Like as a psychology student, I wish the bear was in my class. Like that would make my classes a lot more interesting if just like your classmates just like
that would be so fun.
I want to learn too. It's like
Queer studies, probably true.
Queer studies. I think I saw a comment I wanted to pull up.
Was it Natalia? If not friend, why not friend shaped?
No, but also that. And now we see why Natalia wants blood, because Natalia's like, I'm just hanging out with feral bears on the reg. But what happened to the bear? I don't know what happened to Byron's bear, but what our bear, on our campus, it was like, let the bear do what the bear will do, and we will all avoid the bear and let the bear be. So like nothing bad happened.
Yeah.
It was just, like avoid for a little while, and then they let us know when the bear was back in the woods. Just so everybody knows, our bear was okay.
Sierra's promoting bestiality books in the chat.
Sierra quit. Sierra, stop. Everyone.
I read two. I read the Pisces. I read Mrs. Caliban. Then Sierra's talking about bear, and then she mentioned owlet, which is this woman who's pregnant with an owl.
The girls are like, the girlies in literature are doing so much cannibalism, so much bestiality, what is going on? Are we all okay?
I mean, Mrs. Caliban is like, it's a book from the 80s. Like, she was the blueprint.
Oh my gosh. She
wants to read all of these like unhinged book racks. I'm just like making notes. Give me these instantly.
I do. I think I might do like a vlog where I just read the most unhinged books I can find and see what happens.
Please please drop like the list because I will also do a
Okay,
complete.
we can do it together. We can do it together.
Yeah, do
Here.
like combined.
I'm so down.
We
Oh,
each read one.
I haven't read Ali Sayaka Murata's new one's Life Ceremony, right? I haven't read it, but I have read Earthlings, and it was one of the most unhinged things I've ever read. Like,
2 comments, all Zeus's fault, true. And also Sierra calling cannibals cannies.
I was pretending I didn't see that, and I was hoping it would go away. I will literally lose sleep tonight thinking about Sierra calling cannibals cannies.
OMG, my best friend is a canny. No way.
Guys, like I can't. Yes,
Ali,
Ali.
the cover is so misleading. I had my like 11-year-old cousin, and we were in there. It's the most amazing bookshop near me. I don't know. There's some around the UK. They're like Topping and Co. And they have like special editions and like signed stuff. Incredible. And obviously like Earthlings in the UK. I don't know if to see them like the rest of the world, but it has such a cute little like hedgehog on it. And my like 11-year-old cousin was like, "That's so cute. I'm gonna get that one day." And I was like, "Don't." Don't. I literally had to like go to like her mom and be like, "Don't. You can't let her near that. That will ruin her childhood. Don't."
Apparently we're all collabing on unhinged books.
Yeah,
so
we're
let's,
doing it.
and bestiality. Let's do it. I'm down. I've read so many unhinged books.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see more diversity though. Like there was a post that I cannot remember who posted it now, but I have to find it. And it was about like how like so many unhinged women are about like skinny rich white women, and I was like, this is factual, and I'm so tired. Like everyone's just writing Sally Rooney's books over and over and over again, and I'm like, we've heard these stories already. Like
Literally.
Totally agree.
Diversify.
I was not a fan of My Year of Rest and Relaxation and Normal People. Both very controversial because people absolutely love those, but especially like My Year of Rest and Relaxation. Like I was just like,
For me, it was Eileen. I was like, the pedophilia? No, thank you.
Yeah, I feel like people took Sally Rooney's plots and then tried to ramp them up, like tried to make them more unhinged. But like a lot of them I don't think are as well written as Sally Rooney. I love Sally Rooney, but and so when I read them every time I just think why would I read this when I could just reread Normal People? So
yeah, you're just reading the same thing again. Like it's very tired. And like when someone does a new story, call me.
Yeah.
Like Mrs. Caliban. I know it's an old book, but I loved reading it because it's like this bitch falls in love with a frog man. Like, girl, what?
I saw a really beautiful meme yesterday, and it was I forget the name of the actress. Is it Sally Hawkins that was in both The Shape of Water and Paddington? And it was that that TikTok audio, and it's like my Birkin. Another Birkin, but it was Sally Hawkins in a movie where she makes friend with a creature who inevitably floods her bathroom, and it was The Shape of Water and Paddington. I was like,
I'm dead.
A lot of Normal People hate. I'm not gonna see it. I will not pursue it.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Alex. I actually haven't seen any.
Do you guys big Normal People stands? I'm more of a conversations with friends girly myself.
That's valid.
Interesting.
I like
That's
Beautiful
valid.
Where Are You?
I love them all, but I don't know what just jumped out of me.
Okay, but this one, Mr. Salary.
Sorry.
I swear Beautiful World, Where Are You is based, like, the relationship between, not Fred, the other one, Simon. I think it's based on this character. Like, I think it's based on Mr. Salary. Like, I feel like that's my theory.
I will have to pick this up. I have not read Mr. Salary. Is that what's Tiny One's
It's
called?
her short story. I just have the book because I'm insane.
It's cute. I'm pretty sure I have it somewhere once again on my shelf where I just have not read.
I literally read it online, like from the library, And then my friend found it at a used bookstore. I'm like, I guess I have to buy it. Like,
You really didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
All right, I've got one more trivia question. It's gonna be for all the marbles because we're tied. So it's coming down to this last one, and it's very niche. But what YA book/movie adaptation inspired the name of this live stream, The Last Splash? Don't look at the chat. They're gonna know. Don't look at the chat.
I'm actually embarrassed that I don't know.
YA book and did you say movie or TV adaptation?
Movie adaptation.
For some reason, the first thing that came to my mind was H2O, just add water.
Okay.
No, it's not a book.
Okay.
The Bible. Yes.
The Bible.
Alex is saying H2O.
That's definitely not it because that's not a
Yeah,
book.
well, the first thing I thought was High School Musical, and then I read the comments, so I don't.
Yeah, I looked at the chat and I now go, how did I not
Yeah.
remember? But yes.
Yeah, now I know because
Not the chat winning.
The chat wins. We all lose. The booktubers lose.
Lauren gets it.
we lose.
Aaron also said H2O.
You all win.
Add water.
We all have to delete our channels now because we lost.
That was actually, that was the
Bro, that was my one video where it was like doing BuzzFeed quizzes that are like, you're not a reader unless you read all these books. And I'm like, so I read 2 out of 100.
literally.
Okay, but some of them are like Dan Brown's Da Vinci Code. And I'm like,
I used to love those. They're trash.
bestie.
It was whenever I was traveling and my mum used to hate me because I've always been the quickest reader in the entire world. And I would be like, I need to bring 25 books in this suitcase. And she'd be like, babe, we have a luggage limit. Carry your own books, put them in your backpack. You're not doing that. So she like bought me like a Kindle, but then I read all the books on it. We didn't have any Wi-Fi to get any more. So I went to like a charity shop and the only English book they had in Spain was the Da Vinci Code. And it hit the right spot. It's kind of trash. Like I read all of his books.
I mean, it was on the list I was looking at for like most like bestseller.
Yeah.
One of the best.
That man's book follows the exact same formula. Like there's
the moment.
There's like 4 or 5 of them, and they all go like the exact same thing. So you've read one, you know what's gonna happen in all of them. But
my sister said that it reads kind of like a script. Like it would have been better if it was like the movie script.
I agree with that.
But as a book, and she was like, also he just like lied. Like he'll say things are facts, but like they're full of facts.
The Da Vinci Code is like McDonald's. Yes, Lisa, that's exactly that.
That's too good.
Like, it's been absolutely ruined with like reading like authors who do like facts that aren't actually facts. My favorite show and like my comfort show is Criminal Minds. I live for Criminal Minds. It is one of the reasons I study psychology today. I live for it. But I
for Spencer Reid.
It's so good. But now I have a psychology degree and I'm doing like my psychology masters and I'm watching it and they just say some stuff. And I'm like,
they do. No,
like references. No.
That's how I feel about Grey's Anatomy. Every time I watch them do CPR, I'm like, oh, so they're dead. Got it.
I literally, yes, Mel, I will never leave my Spencer Reid era. I'm watching Criminal Minds for the first time right now.
Enjoy.
And
no one spoil it.
So no one spoil it. I'm obsessed.
You need to like text me. It's the best.
I will.
Can you star Natalia's comment about the list sucking because they're Euro and American centric because it's so fact.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
No, Grey's. Okay, Sierra, I love Grey's Anatomy, but they are so wrong for everything.
They had no medical professionals on staff. Alex is like, no. But It's Aquamarine, in case anybody missed the chat flooding with Aquamarine. And Aquamarine, yes, Allie, it is a book, and it's a great book. Like, the book is just as good as the movie.
Sally, I'm going to be on a book ban. Don't tell me my favorite childhood movie is a book.
I learned
It's
so
a
much.
library.
It's a book, and it's great. It's like even more emotional. Do y'all see my lights flickering?
Yeah.
Honestly,
Somebody
I do.
is in the upside down inside of my house right now.
Okay, Will Byers.
I'm literally like, okay, Will Byers. He gets mad because I make jokes about his bowl cut every day, and now he's like coming to my house to wreck my shit. This has been happening for weeks, and I keep trying to pretend everything's fine, but I'm actually genuinely like, why? Why is it
I can be the honorary Will Byers because I cut my fringe a little bit short. The first time I FaceTimed my sister, she goes, "Why do you look like Will Byers? What have you done to yourself?" And I was like, "This is really great for my already breakdown." Thank you, but I do.
No, you don't.
It's okay. Every time I see my side profile, I'm like, Lord Farquaad. Like, I'm coming for your throne.
There's a photo of me that looks exactly, you know, the meme of the girl that's like, there is a photo of me spitting image. Like, when I tell you, I showed it to my friend, and she was like, why did you put your face on that meme? And I was like, how rude. Like, it's bad. I'll send it in chat. It's really, really awful. But yeah, Mel said, Louise, rub the back of your neck like the Will Byers classic. I literally think the funniest meme I've seen on the internet in forever is Will crying in the car and then it being like Mike's POV. That's the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god. Every time it comes on my Twitter dash, I lose my mind.
I cry laughing every time. Like, it will never not be funny.
I keep getting TikTok memes of people editing just like Steve as a mom.
Yeah,
it's like fully in-depth like edits. Like, it's like someone like edits like Will coming into the room and it's like, "Mommy, I barfed in my bed." It's so funny.
My cousin sent me like a photo of this like kind of like crazy looking child with a really bad bowl cut when I was upset one day, and she said, "Tell Will Byers what's wrong." And like the picture that accompanied that, I like snorted. I was like, because it was so funny.
You know, I used to be the kid who grabbed the scissors and cut my hair myself up until when I was like 5 years old. So all the pictures from when I was like 5 years old or younger are all like mismatched bangs.
Steve is not a single. Well, Steve and Eddie are both Dustin's moms.
True.
And they are in love.
Hands on hips, Harrington. Yes, Sarah.
Okay, but can we talk about Allie wanting to buy Aquamarine and it's 123 euros on Amazon?
That's so gross.
Oh my god, not me seeing that and thinking she meant 123. I was like, yes, a deal. Not 123. Better come with some of those starfish earrings. You're so right. The earrings that compliment you. Are you kidding me? I've always wanted those. I've always wanted those.
I really want to watch Killing
Eve.
Eve.
I put it on for this stream. I'm angry at myself now. I have a starfish necklace, and I should have put it on for this stream, and I'm sad now.
How were you to know? How were you to know that we would talk about?
I'll wear it on Instagram sometime. I'll like be like, splash people, starfish.
Remember when? Getting my "It's a Tattoo" tramp stamp tattoo.
Oh my gosh, I'm dead. This is so true. Sorry for the Stranger Things.
Factual.
It's factual and contractual. I was going to say we can do a couple
Yes, we're getting tramp stamp tattoos for It's a Metaphor from The Fault in Our Stars in
Oh,
Comic Sans, according to Ali. Just answering some of the questions.
Yeah, and then it also morphed into something else. I don't remember at the moment. The tattoo is a
Full summer splash
a
sleeve.
back piece. That's
Yes.
cool. I'm dying because my cousins and I, and then like my aunt and uncle, are getting a tattoo together, and we would go to this lighthouse all the time as our like family vacation spot, and so we want to get like a little lighthouse, all of us.
So cute.
That's so cute. My mom and I have matching ones. We have little sunshines. It's so cute. I would show you, but it's on the back of my leg, so there's no way I'm gonna be able to show it on my webcam. But
I did that. I showed mine on the backs of my legs when I did wine night with Sierra, and I had to stand on this couch, but that was because I was like 3 glasses of wine in.
Beautiful.
And I was like, why not? Yeah, we're all like, we just want like a cute little lighthouse outline. And my uncle's like, we could get the grass and the ocean behind it, some birds in the sky, a sunset. We were like, you want a back piece? Like what are you doing?
Intense.
But yeah, that's gonna happen.
Just shave your eyebrows and touch.
I can't with this. I literally cannot. But yeah, I figured we could, since we're done with trivia, we can take a couple questions from the audience and do like a little Q&A moment. Whatever you want. It can be about Summer Splash, but you can also ask these amazing creators about themselves and the things that they make. So just throw them on in there in the comments and we'll try to answer them. I promise you can watch trivia later because this stream will be saved and it'll be on the channel, and so you can play later.
Our embarrassment will be on the internet forever.
The only winners were people in the chat, so.
Okay. Favorite book read this month?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Oh my god, everyone's asking this.
Okay.
Mine was, I have it. It was Hot Milk by Deborah Levy. I got this as a book, like part of my book subscription that I'm doing, and it's just nothing like what I've read before. And it's about this girl who goes to Spain to like help her mom heal because she has chronic illness, and no one can figure out what's going on. And it was just very strange, and it had a lot of really cool like literary themes that I liked.
Love.
I really want to read it.
It's good.
Louise, what were you gonna say?
No, I said I read Hot Milk a while back. It was good. The descriptions were so vivid. Like I just want to be in Andalusia so badly.
What about y'all, Louise, Mari? Did you have a favorite this month?
Do you want to go first?
Sure. Because I just read my favorite this month, which was Our Wives Under the Sea.
Me too.
Really?
Yes. Stop. I love
it.
It was so good. I did not anticipate it to be so good. Like full 5 stars.
Like halfway through, I was already thinking to myself, I think I'm gonna give this 5 stars. Because if y'all don't know, it's about like a queer couple, and one of them is like a marine biologist. She's not a submarine. She's a marine biologist who goes in a submarine.
My wife's a submarine.
and then stays down there for months and months. And so we see the perspective of her partner, who is just like waiting around for her, not knowing when she's gonna come back, and then like the trauma of being underwater for so long. And everything that happens in between, and it has magical realism and
horror. And it's a dual narrative as well, which I thought was so fascinating because, like, the wife who was on land, like her narrative, my brain is absolutely fried at this point. It's like half the UK times. I'm not very cohesive, but like her timeline was very like linear. Whereas the wife that had been on the submarine under the sea, like her narrative kind of went a little bit like back and forth, and it was chef's kiss. It was immaculate. So
yeah,
it's made me a wee bit terrified of the ocean.
I'm already terrified.
Oh,
That
the ocean is terrifying. It's awesome, but terrifying.
That
Curious.
sounds so good. I need to read it.
What about
What
you,
about you,
Sally? Twins.
I think I still have 3 I have to finish today. But I think I have to go with in terms of books I read for the first time, because I loved the one I read for Roots. My Sarah Dessen book was like, just made my heart so happy. But I just finished 2 days ago Braiding Sweetgrass. And it was like so wonderful. And I listened to the audiobook and like it was the most magical experience. And I literally think the week that I spent listening to that audiobook, like my anxiety was lower than it has been in like 2 months. Like it was just so calming and so lovely. So I think probably Braiding Sweetgrass along for the Ride, which was my Roots space. But also Real Life by Brandon Taylor was really, really great. It's just really, really heavy. So yeah, that's what I would say for that one. And I'm starring these comments so I can put up other questions. I like this one. If you had a random splash read, I know we were all talking about like divulging from our TBR so much. So what were they?
My most random splash read was probably Mrs. Caliban, about the woman who falls in love with a frog man. Because I got it for my subscription again in July, and I was like kind of off put by it because I read the Pisces and I didn't like it. And I was like, I can't do another bestiality book. But it was actually really good. So
And now
yeah.
that's my fave genre.
New
fave. I needed to read something unhinged, so I picked up A Certain Hunger. I think it was good.
Oh, I haven't read it yet. I really
With the cannies.
And yes, Freddie Frogman. It's basically about this woman who's really dissatisfied with her life because she has a cheating and like distant husband who like kind of started cheating on her when she lost her second child. And so she starts hearing things on the radio, and one of them is an announcement about the frogman who escaped from a research institute, and he's like a frogman, and they fall in love.
I can't do those books.
It's so good. The thing is, what I liked about it is it wasn't smutty the way like the Pisces was, but this one wasn't. It was just more thinky, as Sierra would say.
All right, because no, the Shape of Water and the Pisces, I liked the Pisces, like the narrative story, the structure, but just the fish man, not my thing.
Yeah.
Nope.
Fair enough. Did you have a random read, Louise?
I feel not truly. I mean, did I stick to my TBR? No, not in the slightest. But none were like random reads. If I'm gonna say random, I think one I might say would be, I keep calling it Tomorrow times 3, but it's that one Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow.
Yeah.
With the cool like wave cover. And I didn't expect very much of it. I got like a arc of it on NetGalley on my Kindle. And I was like, okay, its release date's coming up like really soon. I gotta like read it. It's so good. I thought the hype was overhyped. No, I don't cry at books. I cry at TV adverts. I literally cry at 2-minute TV advertisements, which is ridiculous. But like books, I'm normally like quite tough. And there was like a scene in it. I was like in bed at like 2 a.m.
I need to read it.
It's made me really want to play video games because it kind of follows these two characters from like youth and then like adulthood and then like further in adulthood, like college or like uni. But it all centers around like video games. It was so good. And I'm now like, okay, I'm getting my Switch out and buying some new games. So if anyone has any video game recommendations, my favorite one ever is Life is Strange. I literally have a sticker of Life is Strange on my watercolor now. But that's the only game I've ever played through. I'm really bad. I play like, my boyfriend's really big into games and I play like 15 minutes and then I'm like, I'm done.
My boyfriend's a big PC gamer and he downloaded a game called It Takes Two, and it's like a puzzle game Mari knows what I'm talking about. And it like you play it with two, and it's about like this girl whose parents are getting divorced and they're fighting, and then like stuff happens, they shrink and they have to like beat all these bosses. It's actually really fun.
My boyfriend and I are currently like long distance, but I'm gonna be like, the second your ass is back in Scotland, I want to play that game. So don't.
I wonder if you could play it on separate computers. I'm not sure, but you can look into it. It's called It Takes Two. Someone write it down in the chat. But it's like it's a really fun game.
I bought Spiritfarer because it was on sale on the Switch store.
Spiritfarer is really cute too.
I haven't played it yet because my thesis is taking all of my time, but it's on there.
Also, Ali's so right, Stray. Like you're a cat who is like.
I keep watching like videos of people play it because I'm a filthy Mac user, and it's not available on Mac or the Switch.
Oh my god, people want the tea on Shara Wheeler.
Oh, do you want the tea on Shara Wheeler? And I was like, literally all before we went live, I was like, I don't know how many people read it, so we're probably not going to talk about it. And everyone's like, cool. And now I'm like, do we need to talk about it? We can talk about it.
I'm down. My thing is that, so I read both of Casey McKiston's adult books. I liked Red, White, and Royal Blue. I loved One Last Stop because I love a sapphic story. And this one I felt like it was more thematic. Like it had magical realism. I felt like it had a better developed relationship. It was more interesting. Shara Wheeler was like starting the series on season 4 and not liking any of the characters. So I was really disappointed.
That was bold, like straight.
Sorry. I love Casey McKiston. They're a very talented writer, but I just did not like this book.
It's the way we had opposite opinions because I loved Red, White, and Royal Blue, hated One Last Stop, and then had so much fun with Shara. Like, I had such a blast. I don't know, like, I know a bunch of people DNF'd it. I literally felt so bad because I was like, dang, I chose a really bad book for like the summer splash buddy read because everybody was like, I hated this, but I had so much fun.
That's good.
I thought it was a blast. I get what everybody was saying about not caring about Shara. I get that. I'm with you on that, but I liked all the other characters, and I mean, I'm not going to be like 2 years from now being like, man, Shara was great, but like exactly what Lisa said, I was like, this is a fun teen queer rom-com, and I liked the like
the scavenger hunt.
Yeah, like I liked the scavenger hunt. I liked the characters. I was like, I do think maybe it'd be better suited for a movie.
Yeah.
But I had fun with it. But
there's a lot of One Last Stop slander in the chat. Sorry, I'm just like,
I wouldn't read One Last Stop because it's so badly.
I loved it.
I hated it. And I was so excited because I was like, sad story. Yes, so excited. And then this random ass sci-fi element came in out of fucking nowhere and was not
magical realism, not sci-fi.
I'm trying really hard to get more into sci-fi and fantasy because I realized all of my bookshelf is just contemporary fiction. And I was like, 2022, we are diversifying this bitch. But I just have not read One Last Stop yet.
Wait, I'm taking you to my bathroom because I'm running out of battery. You're coming to the hotel bathroom with me?
Field trip. Yeah, I don't. No, this is what. No, when that scene happened, I was like, I'm so. I hate this.
I'm with Ali. I'm with Ali, and I don't like stuff like that.
I was like, why are we fucking on a subway? Like, and can we stop? There are people around. That is like,
ew. That I'm never. My hygiene could never. Like,
I don't know. That's a pet peeve of mine. I'm like,
well, it's because it's like this like in between realm. It's not really the subway.
But there were other people on it.
Oh, in that part. Yeah, I forgot about that.
There were not the okay, yeah. There's one scene where they're alone. Whatever, I guess. Is it sanitary? Probably not, but that's fine. But for me, it was when there were other people around that I was like, To
clarify, is this meant to be like the New York subway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've never been to New York. I would love to, but it's obviously fairly far away from Scotland. But like,
Thank you,
Is it
Fred.
not meant to be one of the grossest?
Oh, the subway in general, like, end of sentence, is disgusting. Like, no matter where you are. Because, like, I'm from Toronto. The subway, like, you look down, you see rats.
Yeah,
Like, it's gross.
Allie?
I was like, I just think my thing is like, the scene
Allie gets it.
the scene where nobody else was on the subway and they were in the in-between state, like that didn't bother me. It was the scene where they were getting freaky with other people around, and
Okay, it was okay. You're making it sound like people are like talking about fucking in the subway. It was not that dramatic.
no,
Aw.
I just, to me, it was like, it was a sexual experience that the other people around did not consent to. And I know, I'm just saying, if I were on the subway when that was happening,
Fair.
I was like, gross. And while I was reading it, I was like, But then later, like the scene that you're talking about, Alex, yes, I get why. Yes, I get it 100%. But that, it was the first one. And I was just like, not the sandwich chain. It was just fingering in the subway. Yeah.
Yes.
Aster said it. It was
Go
only
off, bestie.
I know we would all be riding the subway and see that happening and go, it's only fingering.
Okay, to be fair, I have witnessed that on the TTC as like a kid, and it scarred me for life because I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. But
Sierra.
Sierra, you're killing me.
I'm dead.
No.
Pop up. So I
Yes.
don't know. We had mixed feelings about Shara. I honestly don't have any like intelligent thoughts about it. I was just like,
Oh,
I had
me
fun.
neither.
Other people didn't. There was no critical thinking going on in my head while
I
I was
feel we have more critical thinking about the subway sex than we
Yeah.
do I've never read the book, and I'm like,
In a book, I agree with it. In person, I do not agree with it.
That's okay, and that's also a fair distinction. Like, people will say to me, like, I'll read a book about a horrible person, and I'll be like, I love this book, and they're like, they were a horrible person. I'm like, yeah, it's fake, it's fiction. So I'm not. I guess I should extend that same thing to One Last Stop. But I was reading it, and I was like, I don't know. I shouldn't say I hated One Last Stop. I really liked the found family, and I really liked the diner part. I just didn't care about the romance, and that was what I was so excited for.
Fair.
But I like how you were like, not to that, but yes to bestiality and talking about it.
Right.
Mari with the acoustics and the facts.
Yeah.
No.
Me being the only one who has not talked about a bestiality book on this stream yet. So I don't know what you're even trying to say, Mari, because where?
Maybe I'm just thinking about the bear, and that's where my head just got
Lord
stuck.
Byron's bear best friend.
Yeah.
I like this question. I really liked this prompt, me complimenting myself. I had a lot of fun doing this prompt, but I'm interested to see. I went to hold on. I just want to say I just want to
Allie!
listen.
Jess has never washed his hair in his life.
Listen, okay, no, because factually and contractually, it is canon that man takes an hour in the shower every morning because Luke gets mad about it. Luke is like, I can't have my own bathroom because he's always in the shower every morning for like an hour. So you're wrong. It's a purposeful, intentional, grungy, disheveled look, Allie. I am not putting up with this.
Gilmore Girls, Allie and Sally podcast.
No, we straight up the feuds Allie and I have. We were like getting necklaces about our Gilmore Girls.
Wait, Sally, can you explain the Allie's last comment?
No, I've been personally attacked. The thing is, so Jess is like opening. This is the comment we're talking about. I don't even want to pin it. But the thing is that Jess's opener in Gilmore Girls is that he tells Rory to pick a card. Like that's a thing that he does. He's like, pick a card. And Allie was texting me while watching Gilmore Girls and being like, this is literally the worst opener anybody could have. Like, if a man came up to me and told me to pick a card, I would literally run. He deserves jail time for that.
It's like healthy books run.
Allie's not wrong.
So Allie is always being like, Sally loves magicians. Because he does do magic tricks a few times. And so Allie is convinced that the only thing I look for in a partner is that they are a magician. And I always make fun of her for only being into mechanics, because that's the only interesting thing Dean does in the entire series is build Rory a car.
Which is kind of baller. The only good thing Dean
the only good thing he does. And so we have this feud about the fact that Allie's into mechanics and I'm into magician. And we tried to get, I don't even know if I'm legally allowed to say this, but it's happening. But we tried to get Ana Luisa. When we did our collab, we were both sponsored. The collab was sponsored by Ana Luisa, and we tried to get them to send us necklaces that were like, mine would say magician and hers would say mechanic. So we had this, like, we were like, bestie necklaces, this is gonna be so cute. And Ana Luisa was like, no. So
I would have purchased from Ana Luisa instantly.
They were like, we can't get it to you in time, was like their reasoning, which like I totally get, because the engraved pieces like take longer. But I was so upset. Yes, Allie.
Okay, but Jess did more than just the pick a card. Like, no more Jess slander. He he reads books, whereas Dean was like, Anna Karenina, I don't get it. Little books.
It's so sad.
Jess reads. He annotates. Okay, and he's a smarticle particle. Okay.
You would think all the books he was reading would give him emotional intelligence. And no, I'm a Jess hater. I'm sorry.
He's damaged. He
read a self-help book.
Jess 2.0 is superior. Yes. If they had did it in the future, it would have been good. But like,
baby
Jess was a baby.
That's true. Allie only knows baby Jess, but
in fairness, sounded like Allie was also like, Anna Karenina, I didn't get it. Emma, I can fix him. I can fix him. That's what I'm saying. Is a man.
Thank you, Freddie. Thank you, Freddie. Yeah. Sally can fix him. Sally will. All right. Yes, Jess is a man, which is actually, that is a downfall and a red flag. But you know what?
Allie's other comment, I'm also damaged and never turned to a deck of cards.
You know what, Allie? You know what?
Allie, you're popping off today. I love this so much.
I agree with that statement.
I'm livid. I'm blocking Allie's number right now. Yeah, I just love him, and he does shower. He takes long showers. I don't know how frequently, but I know that canon, he takes long showers.
I get flashbacks.
What's the next question?
Thank you. Just saying. Okay.
Oh, the actor is gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, it was
the only reason I watched This Is Us.
He's hot in This Is Us.
Oh yeah, he's hot. Period. End of sentence.
Hunger Games we needed. Yes, this is our Hunger Games.
Did any of y'all go to a new place if you did that prompt?
I did, but not in my city. I swear, like, Toronto, I've been everywhere because I've lived here forever, but I went canoeing at the cottage, and I went to a new little spot that I've never been to before. And we saw turtles, so.
I love that. I love turtles.
Beautiful.
Louise and Mari, were you able to get to a new place in your town?
Mine sounds so boring compared to turtles. But I went, for some reason, I live in Dundee in Scotland. It's like near St. Andrews, but it is cheaper than St. Andrews because St. Andrews rent prices are like almost akin to London, which is ridiculous for a small town that literally has 3 streets. So no, I do not live there. But Dundee has so many parks. There's literally like 4 different like parks. So I was like, I'm going to one I haven't been before. And it was glorious. A little ice latte in a park in sunshine. But yeah, it's nowhere near spectacular as like canoeing with turtle. But it was something.
Love it, though. I love it. Mari, did you?
Well, I went to the south of Chile, like a little island, not so little. It's quite big, but it's called Chiloé, and a lot of people go there, like a lot of tourists when they go to Chile. It's really pretty, but we went on like the worst like time ever because winter there is cold and it rains every day, so we got a lot of thunderstorms and like just storms in general for like a week. I went with my partner, and then now we are in Mexico in Tulum with my family in like a resort. So
Enjoy.
that's why I'm in the bathroom.
That's
That's so fun. Mine is not super interesting, but I mean, it's exciting for me. But there's actually an indie bookstore in my town that I had never been to, which was like a shock and awe moment. And so I went, and it's like my new favorite bookstore ever. They have like great used and new titles, and it's like one room, and it's really tiny. And I went in there and I talked to the guy who owned it for like an hour about books, and it was so much fun. And so now it's like it's gonna be my go-to only place I buy books. So
I love discovering new.
What'd you say?
I love discovering new bookstores. It's so nice.
It was very exciting because my town does not have indie bookstores. Like that's the only one, besides one other one that's like rare books. You know, it's like specifically for like old.
If you got $500 for
Right.
the first edition.
Yeah,
I was at one today actually, and like they had a copy of Joan Didion's Blue something or other. It was like first edition, signed, like in mint condition. It was $900. It was crazy. Yeah.
I manifest we all win the lottery and we can just buy these. The only lottery I'm going to win is the Shirley Jackson lottery. Like, I'm not going to win the money lottery. I'm going to like...
Not the Shirley Jackson lottery, please.
Shirley stand forever. But also, oh, I see a message from Marlene. I have not been to Aberdeen, but I would really like to go. Scotland is wonderful, and I need to explore all of it. I'm just like Scotland stand forever. Like, catch me like next live stream, which is a big Scotland flag like in the background.
Yes.
Iconic list.
I love it. Let's see. I like this question too from Steph. And I just know some bitches are gonna say Shara, and I'm ready to fight.
I mean, I'm not going to mention any books that I DNF'd, but for me, it was probably the Pisces. I felt like it failed me as a Pisces. So.
I think mine was the first book I read, and that was The Swimmers by Julie Otsuka, which was a big disappointment. I was very bummed because I was so excited about it, and I thought it was one of the best covers I had seen in years, and I thought it was not good. So,
no, for me, it was a me problem, not the book problem, because it was Cursed Bunny. And I just think I'm personally not a big fan of short story collections. I think that's just me. But if I were to say objectively, Shara Wheeler, you know.
Allie's comment. Sorry.
I hate like I'm really easy to please whenever it comes to books, but I literally have it sitting here. I read Her Majesty's Royal Coven at this, like, I had such high hopes, like, which one, it's so funny because they keep like referring to it as like a government like corporation, and like HMRC, which in the UK is like our like tax and money thing. So it was so funny every time it was like referenced as like a witch coven, and I was like, Stan. But it's someone who very obviously has seen all the criticism of J.K. Rowling, very rightfully so. But this book took it a little bit. I just find it was literally like social justice thinly veiled. And normally, like, I'm like, yes, but some of the characters were just nothing more than like stereotypes. Like one
like
of them
token character.
Yeah, like a character was gay and she was nothing more than that. Like in women was her only personality trait. And there was a whole big storyline about like someone being like transgender, but the blurb is not even similar to what the book actually was about, and it was weird, and it definitely should have had trigger warnings because there's a lot of transphobia, which once again very anti-JK Rowling, which we stand, but it had a lot more potential than it had.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else has read it. It's only out very recently.
I have not.
It looks long.
It like she in my head. Like chunky too. It was pretty big.
I'm disappointed because it's hot pink, so it should be good.
Yeah.
That is a law. So that book actually is breaking the law.
Yeah.
So that's upsetting. I see some people saying 7 Days in June, which I'm really excited to read.
Okay, The Course of Love by
Hate
Alice de Botton. Garbage.
I hated it.
Garbage. I
I
think I like DNF'd it with like 30 pages left because I just couldn't do it anymore.
I literally I made a whole video about how much I hate that book, and I stand by
It's
it.
Harry's greatest flaw.
It is literally his taste in books is his greatest flaw. I will never I hate it. I don't even have words because it just makes me mad that I just hated it. It was literally mansplaining for an entire book. It was somebody mansplaining how to be in a relationship for an entire book.
Yup.
Hated it. Everybody's saying Shara, go off. I've lost the plot of this comment section, I'm not gonna lie. But did you have a least favorite book, Mari? Or did you already say it?
Yeah.
You said it.
It's now you, Sally.
Yeah.
Oh, no, The Swimmers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we all did it. We all
Okay.
answered.
We all did it. This is a fun one. What is this? I'm trying to think.
I really like the
Rain.
Get Lost one.
Huh?
I
What?
said I like Get Lost because I like seeing what other people did.
Yeah, I really liked seeing where other people went.
Yeah,
Like, that was so fun.
I feel like it brought a lot of people joy. Like,
Yeah, that was the goal. So I love. I think mine, if not Get Lost, either Pen Pal, because I just love writing letters. Like, I love physical mail. That's like my love language.
me too.
It's not one of the original 5. It's just mail. And so that one, or I also really liked the playlist one. I thought was fun. And man, I really liked all my own ideas.
Sally, you were just a genius.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I did make this readathon what I wanted to do. So I'm like, oh, I liked it all. I feel self-centered. But like, no, it's because I literally made what I wanted to do for a readathon. So of course I liked it all. But the playlist was really fun. The playlist I made, I listen to all the time in the car now. Like, it's one of my go-tos. So
you should.
it's a vibe, truly. What about you, Mari and Louise?
Well, I live for all of the prompts. Making playlists is so much fun, and the Get Lost was so much fun. But honestly, I am nosy as all hell. My favorite non-reading thing about the Splash has literally just been stalking the Instagram stories and seeing what everyone is doing. Like, that has just the joy, like seeing it, like every time anyone like posts like a bookstore of like the Get Lost one and like going to a bookstore and like constantly like checking the location, and then I'm like, oh, I'm in a small town in Scotland. It's not going to be anywhere near me. Like, there's no way, but it was so much fun. Like, the community feel.
Sorry, the comment about playlist based on Klaus from Umbrella Academy.
That's pretty iconic.
Love it. Do you want to send the link?
Drop the link. I made my playlist was for Along for the Ride by Sarah Dustin, which was my roots one. I did a lot of my non-life prompts for that one because I had so much fun revisiting it. And the movie came out earlier this summer, and I started a playlist with some of the songs that I liked from the movie, and then it just spiraled, and it sort of became like that book, the main concept is that the romance in it are two people who they can't sleep at night. And so at night they just hang out together and they do fun little like adventures at night. And so my playlist ended up sort of being songs I thought they might like share with each other or like send like listen to together while they're on those little like adventures. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a banger.
And your cover for that, the cover that you remade, is incredible. Like that's the one that I would use for the cover. Like the
Penguin Random House, hire her now.
Yeah.
I'm dead. Well, thank you. It was fun. It was fun to make. I hate the original covers with a fiery passion, but I love the book so much. And so I hate recommending it because I'm like, read this book and I just hate the cover.
It's so early 2000s.
I know. I mean, it captures because the book was early, you know what I mean? Like the book,
yeah.
But it needs to go. And Lisa's cover redesign, probably my favorite, was the Exorcist one. Is like the coolest thing I've ever seen. So that was a fun time. Let's see.
Ugly covers are the worst.
If a book has an ugly cover, I will literally just buy it on Kindle. So like
I will judge a book by its cover.
I
I'm sorry.
Absolutely will.
That's the point.
This one's interesting. I'd be interested to know. I definitely did, like, by a long shot.
I think I read average. Like, I read 8 or 9 books, which I feel like is I usually read like 1 or 2 a week. So
I'm also, this is a hard question because in June I read 1 book. So like compared to last month, I read like 1,400% more. But compared to a normal month, I definitely read more than I usually do. And I don't know I think I usually read like 8 or 9, but I decided not to double up. And so by way of not doubling up, I was sort of forced to read more. What am I supposed to spill the tea on? What do I contain multitude? What is this about?
I'm honestly so lost. Like the chat
about me reading 1 book in June and then a lot this month? Is that what? I don't know. But yeah, I read 1 book in June and it was for my Patreon because I was like, I'm literally getting paid to read this, so I have to. I wouldn't have read that one had I not, if I didn't have a Patreon and had a book club to run because I just was not in the mood. So Summer Splash really came at the right time and got me out of my reading slump. And I've read 12 so far for the month. No.
Oh, Emma wants the Readathon tea. Sally said not yet, so we live in Sally's world. This is Sally's world, and we're all just living in it.
We probably do have to wrap up soon. I didn't realize it's been 2 fucking hours. I'm like 15 minutes in and we're having a fun time.
Sleepover.
I'm like, hey, we gotta go.
I'm like,
time flies when you're having fun.
I know, literally. I fully was like, we're like a half hour in.
Yeah.
No. And some people are still talking about 7 Days in June, I think, because there's a lot. I see a lot about drug abuse, and I think that's in reference to a novel, not what's happening on the stream.
Should we at least finish the questions?
Oh, yeah.
That people starred?
So this was, yeah. Can you guys see the starred questions?
No.
Yes.
Oh, okay. There's only 3 more, and they're going to be quick. Okay. So there's this one. I said yes. Alex said no.
Kind of, yes.
Yeah. I did, but the splash and then also my dissertation is due at the end of September. So have I been aggressively procrastinating and reading a lot?
This.
Yes. Yes, I have.
I have a paper due tonight, and then my research is due for publication at the end of the year.
That's so exciting, though.
I'm scrambling.
We stand.
That's so exciting. Women in STEM. I love to see it. This one, I refuse to answer until it's midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Is Blackout like doing all of them?
I think so.
There were a few prompts that I didn't have the chance to do. Like I did all the reading prompts because I had a lot of overlap. But no, I don't have a blackout unless I rush to do some cosplay today.
I have to do that one today. By midnight, the answer will be yes. Mark my words. But right now, no.
Sally.
I still have.
To yourself.
I still have 8 hours. Wait, I can't do math.
Allie wants the beans spilled because it's her bedtime.
Oh my god. Okay, Allie, I'll spill the beans for you since it's your bedtime. I think it's not a Halloween readathon. Sorry to disappoint.
That's fun. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that.
So here's my thought, because I liked the seasonal element of the Summer Splash. So I was thinking I cannot do 4 of these a year. I will perish. The amount of work that I literally took tomorrow off so that I can watch Love Island and not look at a book. But I'm thinking about doing like another month-long one in the winter time, because I feel like winter and summer are the two, like, I don't know, you don't want to be outside in those months like you do in fall and spring. So like it's perfect time for reading. So I'm thinking about
Winter Splash.
I saw Bedtime Beans and I was like, is that the name of the next readathon?
Yes.
So I'm thinking about doing a winter one in probably January, but also thought about doing like a week-long one in fall and a week-long one in spring that's like much chiller, so that we can like celebrate all 4 seasons, but not do 4 months of every year of my life for the foreseeable future.
If you want to do a spooky one, because it seems like that's what the people want to do, I'll do it with you. We can co-host.
Yeah.
I can help you with the plan.
I'm so down, because I was like, if we do like a week-long one in fall, it has to be a little spooky.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Obviously.
Very down for that. I'll think of a name. We'll think of a name. There's some ideas happening. But yeah, we will. I'm definitely thinking that I want to do one in winter, because we can all be curled up and cozy and warm and reading inside together.
Especially when the seasonal depression hits.
That's the other thing is, like, in summer, at least I don't have the weather agreeing with my mood. But in the winter, the weather is like, yeah, you should be sad. So it will give me a reason to feel joy again. So I'm thinking probably January, and then we can do like an October fall one, and then maybe like an April spring one.
And I'm with the Brazilian people here, because I do it like the other way around. I'm gonna be in summer. I'm gonna be
for Mari.
A wintry summer.
I know, and that's the thing. I thought about that when I was making this one, because I was like, I know people are going to participate, and they're like fully winter mode. But I was like, but the idea of making it like a summer vacation when you're in elementary school type theme was like the goal. So,
and yes, Ollie has Bloomin', the Readathon in November.
I'm gonna do Bloomin' this year, like so hardcore. You have no idea, Allie.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's the idea, is like a quick one in spring and fall that's like a little chiller, and then like maybe another month one in winter, because I really genuinely had so much fun. But yeah, that's the plan.
I'm so excited already. This is like made my day of everyone being like readathons, and I'm just like,
I love it.
My calendar.
Everyone loved it.
This was the first readathon I've ever participated in, like for real. And I was like so scared, and everybody was just so welcoming, and truly like my favorite thing about this readathon was like that I made friends, and I like not just like, oh, I know you from the internet. Like I made like friends, like people. Like if I am ever in Toronto, like I'm hanging with Alex, and I have plans when I get over to the UK. Like, you know, I have made Mari. I don't know when I'm coming to Chile, but it's happening. So like
world tour.
The next readathon.
Here we go.
We're going to every country. But yeah, that's so I've made such wonderful friends and like gotten to do like the movie nights with everybody were like so fun and just there was just so much community and that was the goal and it was so fun. So like thank you to everybody for being good people and like being cool community members. Yeah. I can also really quick announce the winners of the giveaway because we did our donation giveaway.
Yes.
For Ali, you already know I'm coming to Belgium. As soon as I get my ass over to Europe, I'm gonna be out there.
Ali on tour, just like hop all of Europe.
I literally that's the goal. Like that is my life goal and I'm gonna do it. Okay, so we are gonna have 3 winners. I'll announce them. They may or may not be on the stream. We'll see. I have to do a random number generator. Because I have
just go everywhere. People say come to Brazil.
Well,
Brazil is closer, so.
While you do that, I'm just going to answer a question I saw earlier. Someone asked about my book subscription. Like, I'm in Toronto, and there's this little, like, bookstore called Queen Books, and they do book subscriptions. Like, they're an indie bookstore. Because, like, I always watch people do, like, Book of the Month, and I thought it was super fun. But the way that these people do it, so they're 2 booksellers, Alex and Liz, like their life is books and they have read every book under the sun, I swear to God. And like you literally chat with them on the phone about like your favorite books, like themes that you like to see, themes that you're not like usually reading but you're curious to read more of, and they curate like book recommendations each month and they like hand deliver it to you.
That's so wonderful.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a video about it. So like August is my last month, so stay tuned on that. But so far they have not missed. So
that's so cool. I love that idea.
I'm sure a lot of like other indie bookstores have it. So look into it.
That's such a good idea. I'm gonna make the guy who runs the indie bookstore here do it. I'm gonna go and be like,
I'm gonna hunt the UK for one because we don't get Book of the Month either. And like I just don't know of any like book subscriptions, but I live for getting posts. Like I'm like a dog staring at the letterbox all day long, being like, "Is a book gonna come through?" So
when I didn't order something, I'm like, "Did the mail come?"
Like, I order it and then I stare out my window like I'm waiting on my husband to return from war.
Yeah.
And I order like.
And then when you get it, you're like, it's basically free because like the old me bought it, so
exactly.
This doesn't count. This is free.
Exactly.
I know. I'm always so jealous when Ali talks about Book of the Month because she lives like in Europe and she's like, "Oh, like today's sponsor Book of the Month." I'm like, I can't get it.
I'm so jealous, but yes, pop off.
Yeah, it's I love me some Book of the Month.
I just don't like that it's hardcover.
That's so fair, honestly. That's so fair, honestly.
Allie's just an icon, so things just get delivered to her door.
Influencer. An influencing lady. An influencing person.
Yeah, Canadians can't get it.
I think it's just US, right?
I think so.
All right. Well, are y'all ready to hear who won the giveaway?
I am.
I don't know if any of them are in the chat, but I just rolled the dice of the random number generator 3 times. And so our winners are, this is the handles on Instagram. Erin Ruby Talbot is the first one.
Oh, Erin.
I'll put them in here so that y'all can see in case, I say them wrong. That's the first one. And I'll message everybody on Instagram and see what book they want and everything. And it is only US and Canada. So if I say somebody who's not in the US or Canada, I'm sorry. But then we have Bree.Keeler.
Woo, Bree.
I know. I was like, I haven't seen any of these names today, but I'm putting them in here just in case. Bree Keeler. And then we've got, last but certainly not least, Olivia Vaughn 4. Olivia. So woohoo! Thank you all. Like, thank you so much to everybody who donated. That was truly like one of my highlights was this morning reaching our goal, because
Yeah.
greatest thing about community is that we can come together to make change and raise money and do all the good things. So that was very, very exciting. So thank you to everybody who donated. You're all winners in my book. So yeah, but I think that's everything that we had on the docket. So Summer Splash has happened now. I still have time. I still have time to finish my books. But yeah, I'm gonna go finish Summer Splash for the rest of the day because I'm very behind. But I hope everybody had a fun month. And for now, until I like rebrand everything for the next season or whatever, everything will stay. So like the Discord, I just keep it open and people can keep using it. And then at some point, the names of everything might mysteriously change, and that means we're preparing something. So yeah, that's the goal. So keep hanging out, keep building community. Yeah. All right.
I wanted to say also, thank you, Sally. Thank you for thank you for including us in this, because for me, it was an amazing experience. I didn't think I could ever be part of something like this. So thank you for including everyone. The creators are incredible, very creative people. Just amazing to be able to like join them in this, and you as well. And I looked up to you for so long before. So thank you.
I am so bad at taking anything. But thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm so, so grateful to like all of the creators who helped me, because y'all helped me out so much. And like, it would not have been nearly as cool if it had just been me sitting in my room, but having everybody come and lend all of their skills and creativity, like made it so interesting. And that goes for the creators and everybody who participated. Like, every single day of the month, I was like surprised by something that somebody came up with or created, and like that brought me so much joy. So thank you everybody for like helping me heal my inner child and do like a library style like summer reading challenge.
12-year-old Alex was living.
Like no same.
Like seriously.
For the Ride, which is like the book I read for those challenges, and I was like, at my library, they always played the Star Wars music and gave you a medal when you finished your challenge. I wish I could do that for all of you.
We got stickers for a poster.
I mean, I'm trying to like get Star Wars on Spotify right now.
Oh my god, iconic! It was the dun dun dun.
Literally. Star Wars mug, like I was meant for this.
On brand.
I put your medals on you. Everyone wins.
We give your medal right back to you, Sally. You're the best. This is wonderful.
I love y'all so much, and I can't wait. I'm gonna be hitting you all up again to join in the other ones. So get ready. Your number will be called. But yeah.
Me and pulled out of the Hunger Games reaping.
Literally, my TBR jar with Alex pulling out your names and being like, if I don't include you, I have to delete my channel. That's literally the whole thing. All right. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon, I'm sure.
Bye.
Bye.